In the original script for Hellraiser, the Chatterer and Butterball Cenobites had dialogue, but their makeup made their speech incoherent. As a result, their lines were given to the female Cenobite and Pinhead, helping to cement Pinhead as the film and franchise's trademark character. At the climax of The Lost Boys, vampire David is impaled on a pair of antlers but doesn't disintegrate like the other vampires. Despite head vampire Max stating that he's dead, David was alive and intended for a planned sequel, The Lost Girls, which was scripted but never made. Robert Englund improvised several of Freddy Krueger's one-liners in A Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Warriors. The most famous example is the scene where Freddy emerges from the TV and smashes his victim's head into it. For the first 2 takes, Englund said the scripted line, "This is it, Jennifer, your big break on TV." On the 3rd take, when director Chuck Russell wanted an alternate angle, Englund changed it to, "Welcome to primetime, bitch." Russell couldn't decide which version to use, so he edited the 2 together, creating one of Freddy's defining one-liners. In Evil Dead 2, when a severed head bites Ash's hand, Bruce Campbell says, "Workshed." The line was later redubbed in post-production, giving it a strange, unnatural sound. Years later, while filming his cameo in Escape from LA, the first thing Kurt Russell jokingly said to Bruce Campbell on set was, "Say workshed." Predator is remembered for the muscular build of its lead actors. Jesse Ventura was thrilled to learn from the wardrobe department that his arms measured 1 inch bigger than Arnold Schwarzenegger's. He suggested to Schwarzenegger that they measure arms, with the winner getting a bottle of champagne. To Ventura's dismay, he lost. Schwarzenegger had previously told the wardrobe department to lie and tell Ventura his arms were bigger, when in fact, they were not. Originally, rock star Alice Cooper asked John Carpenter if he could visit the set of The Prince of Darkness to watch a special effect, which was facilitated by Cooper's manager who was producing the film. Impressed, Carpenter later offered Cooper a role as the leader of the anti-God worshipping street people, a casting choice ironic given Cooper's status as a born-again Christian. While shooting Near Dark in the desert, Lance Henriksen would take short drives through the desert between takes, still in costume and often staying in character. According to Henriksen and Bill Paxton, they were once stopped for speeding by a policeman who became so unnerved by Henriksen that the officer stepped back and placed his hand on his firearm. Though it may seem like stop motion was used, the demonic minions in the gate are actually actors in rubber suits, filmed using a forced perspective to create the illusion of their small size. The shark's infamous roar during the climax of Jaws the Revenge came from a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Reportedly, this was because the sound editor refused to make an original sound effect, thinking that the idea of a shark roaring was ridiculous. Daniel Beer, who played Randy in the Creepshow 2 segment The Raft, nearly died from hypothermia due to the frigid water, which turned his body green. Despite the crew's desire for him to continue, director Michael Gornick threatened to quit unless Beer received medical treatment. Beer was taken to the hospital, made a full recovery, and eventually completed the segment.